going to derive the expressions for centripetal acceleration and centripetal force for a body moving in a uniform circular motion. I will also be deriving the formulas for acceleration and force for a body in a non-uniform circular motion. First, let us consider uniform circular motion. Consider a particle of mass m moving on a circular path of radius r with a speed v. Here, since the motion is uniform, so we are assuming that the speed v is constant. At time t is equal to 0, the particle is on the x-axis. Suppose that at time t, the angular displacement of the particle is theta and its velocity is v. Please see the diagram. As you can see in that diagram, the vector v makes an angle pi by 2 plus theta with the positive side of x-axis. We are taking the angle in radian. The x component of velocity, that is vx, equals v into cos of pi by 2 plus theta. Cos of pi by 2 plus theta equals minus sin theta. Therefore, vx equals minus v sin theta. The y component of velocity, vy, is v into sin of pi by 2 plus theta. Sin of pi by 2 plus theta equals cos theta. Therefore, vy equals v into cos theta. This means velocity v equals minus v sin theta I plus v cos theta j. We can take v as a common factor. Here I is the unit vector along x-axis and j is the unit vector along y-axis. Acceleration is defined as rate of change of velocity with respect to time. Speed v is constant, so we get a equals v into d by dt of minus sin theta I plus cos theta j. Now the differential of minus sin theta with respect to theta is minus cos theta. So the differential of minus sin theta with respect to time will be minus cos theta into d theta by dt. Similarly, the differential of cos theta with respect to time is minus sin theta into d theta by dt. Now let us take v into d theta by dt as a common factor. So we get acceleration equals v into d theta by dt multiplied by minus cos theta I minus sin theta j. D theta by dt equals omega, which is the angular speed. So a equals v into omega multiplied by whole of minus cos theta I minus sin theta j. We know that omega equals v by r. So a equals v square by r multiplied by whole of minus cos theta I minus sin theta j. Cos theta I plus sin theta j is the unit vector in radially outward direction. Therefore, minus cos theta I minus sin theta j is the unit vector in radially inward direction, that is towards the center. Therefore, acceleration equals v square by r towards the center. Since the acceleration is towards the center, it is called centripetal acceleration. So we find that the acceleration of a body in a uniform circular motion is centripetal. We are considering the case when mass is constant. Force equals mass into acceleration, or force equals mv square by r centripetal, which means that the total force on a body in a uniform circular motion is towards the center. Now let us consider non-uniform circular motion. Consider a particle of mass m moving on a circular path of radius r. At time 0, the particle is on the x-axis. At time t, the angular displacement of the particle is theta and velocity is vector v. The magnitude of vector v is scalar v, which means speed. We are assuming that the speed varies with time. Velocity equals v into whole of minus sin theta I plus cos theta j. The derivation of this expression is same as in case of a uniform circular motion. We know that velocity is tangential and v is the magnitude of velocity. This means minus sin theta I plus cos theta j is the unit vector in tangential direction. Acceleration equals d by dt of velocity. Since both v and theta are varying, we will use product rule of differentiation. Acceleration equals dv by dt multiplied by whole of minus sin theta I plus cos theta j plus v into d by dt of minus sin theta I plus cos theta j. As we saw, minus sin theta I plus cos theta j use unit vector in tangential direction. Also, v into d by dt of minus sin theta I plus cos theta j is v square by r in centripetal direction. To derive this, see the derivation in uniform circular motion. Therefore, acceleration has two parts. One is dv by dt in tangential direction and v square by r in centripetal direction. So we find that for a body moving in a non-uniform circular motion, acceleration can be resolved into two components. One is centripetal direction towards the center and the other is tangential direction. The tangential component equals dv by dt, where v is speed, and the centripetal component equals v square by r, again v is speed. Note that we have to differentiate between d by dt of velocity v and d by dt of speed v. D by dt of velocity v will be equal to total acceleration, and d by dt of speed for a body in a circular motion is tangential component of acceleration. Force equals mass into acceleration. So the force on a body moving in a non-uniform circular motion can be resolved into two components, tangential component and centripetal component. The tangential component of force is m into dv by dt, where v is speed, and the centripetal component of force is mv square by r, where v is speed. Let us summarize. For a body moving in a uniform circular motion, the acceleration of the body and total force on the body are centripetal, which means towards the center. Acceleration equals v square by r, where v is speed and r is radius, and force equals mv square by r. M is mass, v is speed, and r is radius. For a body moving in a non-uniform circular motion, the acceleration of the body can be resolved into tangential component and centripetal component. Similarly, the total force on the body can be resolved into tangential component and centripetal component. Tangential component of acceleration is d by dt of speed. Tangential component of force is mass into d by dt of speed. Centripetal component of acceleration is speed square divided by radius. Centripetal component of force is mass into speed square divided by radius. Please post your feedbacks. Post if you have any doubts related to the topic of this video. Let me know if you want me to solve any problems on circular motion. You may type the problem directly in comments, or if the problem is available online, you can post a link to it, and also post if you have any doubts on centrifugal force. I will make a video on centrifugal force also. Hope you found the video useful. Please like and subscribe.